Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Nick Saban has COVID? Not good, not a good time, but don't worry, roll tide. Even though I'm a Notre Dame Irish fan, and we are 3-0, ranked fifth in the nation, it's all about Alabama, guys. I'm going to Birmingham, Alabama. It's all about Alabama football. And when Coach Nick Saban comes down with COVID, this is the biggest crisis to ever hit the state of Alabama since it's I don't know. No, it is. It's still the biggest. It's okay. This is the biggest. Don't worry. Never fear. Nick Saban will still be there through Zoom. He will coach. Through Zoom, he will coach the Crimson Tide to victory over Georgia. At least that's what the Alabama people are saying. Georgia's ranked number 3 in the nation. I want to say God bless all of you that are here. We've got more breaking news too as well. Besides, Saban has come down with COVID. We just found this out in the last 2 hours. Now, in the last hour, we've just found out that Barron Trump, the president's youngest son, Barron Trump, has come down with COVID also, according to his mother, the First Lady, Melania Trump. And for us Hoosiers, COVID has hit the highest it has hit since the pandemic broke out. The number of cases in Indiana and the number of deaths in Indiana is at an all-time high. Indiana has been shut out of Illinois. In other words, Illinois has announced, is it Illinois, Heidi, or just Chicagoland?
I know Chicago.
I know for sure Chicago. We're not, if you're an Indiana, a citizen of Indiana, you are not to travel to Chicago. If you do, you must be quarantined in Chicago for 14 days. Now we just got breaking news just a few moments ago. You can't, if you're a citizen of Indiana, you cannot travel to the state of Ohio. If you do, you must quarantine in place for 14 days. So that really squeezes Indiana. But I'm right now in the state of Kentucky, and as far as I know, Kentucky still says we're okay, right, Heidi?
So far.
So far, and then but I'll go to Tennessee tomorrow, and I think I'm welcomed in Tennessee. Is that right? I hope. And then from there, I'll go to Alabama, where I should be okay there. And then I got to get back home, but I can't go through Illinois or can't go through Ohio. Shoot straight down the middle, guys, and try to stay focused, okay? But anyway, pray for our state because a lot of folks are sick with COVID. This isn't good, and we really need a lot of prayer. Also, we'd like for you to pray for the president's son. Let me give you some, and for Nick Saban, the coach of Alabama, as well as many people in this country that have been affected by COVID. Here's the story on Barron Trump, the president's youngest son. It has been confirmed. First Lady Melania Trump has just posted a personal essay on the White House website detailing her experience battling COVID-19 herself, which she tested positive for approximately 2 weeks ago. The First Lady also revealed that her son Barron Trump, who's 14, who is the White House who the White House publicly confirmed at the time had tested negative, but eventually has now tested positive. Barron Trump has the virus, according to a diagnosis that the White House did not share. She has now tested negative for the virus, as so has President Donald Trump and now their youngest son, Barron. Naturally, my mind went immediately to our son, she said. Barron Trump initially tested negative after she and the president had both contracted COVID, but the teenager was tested again and now is positive. Trump says her son had no symptoms and has now tested negative. The president told reporters today that Barron is doing fine. When asked how his son was doing in the wake of Melania Trump's essay, he later called Barron beautiful and free at a campaign rally in Iowa on tonight. Barron, the president said, had it for such a short period of time. I don't even think he knew he had it because the young man, his immune system are strong, and he fight it off with a 99.9%. And Barron is beautiful. He's free. He continued. As for her symptoms, the First Lady wrote that they were minimal, though they hit me all at once, and it seemed to be a roller coaster of symptoms in the days after. She said she had body aches, cough, headaches, and extremely tired. Unlike her husband, Melania Trump did not go to the hospital for treatment and remained sequestered at the White House residence. Her spokeswoman, Stephanie Grisham, said and told this to CNN. Similarly, President Trump writes she did not opt for the same course of treatment as the president. She says she chose a more natural route, relying on vitamins and healthy food, and not the cocktail of medications. Though the First Lady taped a couple public announcements about mask wearing while her husband was still flouting their use, she was also made high-profile appearances without them, including the first presidential debate. She also gave a Rose Garden speech filled with an audience during a Republican National Convention without wearing a mask. So here we go again. So anyway, Barron Trump did test positive for COVID and now is back to negative. So it didn't last very long with him, and who knows? They said he didn't even really have any symptoms. So I don't know. Maybe it was a false negative test. Who knows? But they say he was positive. Now he's back negative, feeling great. Maybe it was just a slight, for him, maybe like a slight touch of the flu. He's 14 years old in great physical health. But not so for Alabama Crimson Tide coach Nick Saban. Alabama coach Nick Saban and the athletic director Greg Bryan have, is it Bryan or is Byrne? Is that Byrne? God, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, and I should know that. Anyway, Nick Saban has tested positive for COVID. Alabama coach Nick Saban tested positive for COVID today and is self-isolating at home while continuing to oversee his team's practices using Zoom. Alabama athletic director, though, also tested positive today, and he said, I found out earlier this afternoon and I had tested positive for COVID. Saban said in a statement, I immediately left work and isolated at home, and at this time I do not have any symptoms relative to COVID, and I have taken another PCR test to confirm my diagnosis. The Alabama Crimson Tide is going to play the number 3 ranked Georgia Bulldogs this Saturday. So you got Alabama number 2 against Georgia number 3. Saban, who's working from his home, was upset, but he's upbeat as he addresses reporters on a Zoom call this evening, joking that sometimes something must be bad wrong. As much as I look forward to these Wednesday press conferences, for me not to be there with you today. Saban is 68 years old, and he was feeling fine before the positive test result, which he said surprised him. I feel fine, so I'm not really concerned that much about my health, but you never know, Saban said. So look, I basically feel like when we're in our own personal bubble here, everybody's in a much safer place. I think as soon as you travel, you get exposed to a lot more things and a lot more people. Saban said he informed his players of his positive test on his Zoom call at 2 p.m. this afternoon. He said his message to his players have been assumed that anyone they come in contact with might be infected and be cautious. Alabama plans to test everybody within the football program tomorrow. The program began daily testing for its players in September. Saban said he was able to monitor practice on Wednesday via Zoom and could talk on the phone with a staff member if he saw anything that needed correction. I had the manager have a phone. If I wanted to play repeated, I said repeat the play and so on. I didn't leave the country or anything. I'm just right down the street, and we have this technology, so it's really unique. Offensive coordinator Steve Sarskin, who was the head coach at Washington from 2009 to 2013 and was also was at USC from 2014 to 2015, has been put in charge of operations on the ground with Saban away. Saban said they haven't yet decided how much autonomy that they will give him to make the decisions. But Saban was unsure what level of involvement he'd be able to have during Saturday's game against Georgia, saying they have to look into in-game communication and will remain the offensive play. He's going to let the assistant coach be the offensive play caller, whether he's performing as the head coach or not. So, it's going to be a unique thing. But believe me, Nick Saban is going to be involved, okay? Roll Tide. Trust me on this. Nick Saban is going to be involved, okay? So everybody calm down at Alabama. Everybody calm down at Alabama. I'll be down there. We'll pray. Everything's going to be fine. Nick Saban's going to come through this real well. And we're praying for everyone that's out there that may be suffering from COVID or any other illness that's out there. So, again, it's strange things are happening, guys. Strange things are definitely happening. I'm going to put a shout out right now for noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Guys, seriously, we're only 19 tomorrow. What are we hiding? 19 days? No, we're 20 days away. Tomorrow's 19, something like that. We're almost to the election. And you might want to take a step back and look at your 401k. How's it doing this year? Do you want to leave it there in the uncertainty of this upcoming election and the months that follow? No matter which way this thing goes in the election, it may be a rough time afterwards for your 401k or retirement plans. You might want to look at going to Noble Gold Investment. That's www.noblegoldinvestments.com and get a hold of Colin Plume. You can call him at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. If you need to get a hold of Colin Plume or one of his associates, you might want to consider rolling that 401k into a gold IRA and let that help stabilize and secure your financial retirement funds. If you qualify for a gold IRA, guess what? Colin Plume will give you this golden coin. It's an American Eagle, minted in 1988 by the United States Mint. Check this out. I'm just going to hold it up for you. I want to give you a real good look at this. Beautiful coin. It's 1/10 of an ounce. Look at that. 1/10 of an ounce pure gold. 1/10 of an ounce pure gold. I'll show you what it looks like on the back. A lot of people said, Paul, hold it up a little closer. I want to see it and get a good look at it. So I'm going to try my best to hold it up there for you. There it is. Beautiful coin. It's 1/10 of an ounce pure gold. And it comes in this nice little beautiful case that they will give you at noblegoldinvestment.com. Okay? And he'll send it to you for free. He'll send it to you for free. That's what I get for taking that out. And it's worth $239. It's a beautiful coin. I want you to get your copy of it. And he'll give it to you for free if you qualify for a gold or silver IRA. I mean a gold IRA. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll keep you up to speed on everything that's going on around the world. But certainly it's been a very busy day with the Amy Barrett confirmation hearings, the breaking news on Hunter Biden's laptop. I'm still shocked at what was on that laptop. And I can't believe, it's hard to believe that a guy would take his laptop with that kind of vital information on it into a Delaware Apple store. Illegal activity on your laptop or phones, they are obligated by the law to contact the FBI. What was Hunter thinking? Anyway, it really does look bad for the former Vice President Joe Biden involved in this information, but I'll leave it alone. We'll let it work itself out. Well, God bless all you guys. Stay focused, stay in love with Jesus, and keep praying for America. God bless all of you. It's been a very, very busy day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Lord willing, on the coming apocalypse. See you guys tomorrow.